This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. Today I'm very lucky to be joined by promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, how's your week been?
It's been good. It's been challenging, of course. You know, we lost the Dillian White fight, and then it's sort of like just a barrage of stick about the show. But it's a good show, and it's not our greatest show ever, but it's a strong show. Unified World Championship fights, big heavyweight fights, a couple of really interesting fights on the card as well, and looking forward to the night.
I'm sure you've had a busy week, but if we don't touch on the card, if we go back a few years to when you were 15, 16, you were selling double glazing and you were cold calling people up. If someone went back in time and told you you'd be one of the biggest promotions in boxing, what do you think you'd say?
I was always pretty confident, but I never wanted to be a promoter. You know, I travelled the world with my dad at big fights, and I would always be on his shoulder, listening to arguments, listening to negotiations, you know, watching fighters in changing rooms, watching them, you know, be involved in big occasions. And I never really at that point said, oh, I want to do this when I'm older. So, you know, that opportunity presented itself, and I've run with it. But I never really had a plan, just had a good mindset and a good work ethic. And if it was something that I had a passion for, I would always give it everything. If I didn't, like school, some lessons in school, I was horrible. I didn't like myself. Looking back, I don't like the young Eddie. Rude, probably a little bit arrogant, Jack the lad. But I was living in that world where I didn't want to listen to a teacher because I'd just been with Naz in Vegas watching him fight Barrera. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, in that respect. But once I got, I've always had a passion for boxing, and that passion enabled me to keep working hard, and here we are.
Yeah, as you said in your book, no passion, no point. And obviously, if you just touch on your book, it was more of a kind of motivational book. Do you think you're ever going to release? I know you beat your dad Barry to writing a book, but do you think you're ever going to write an autobiography about everything that's happened to you?
Yeah, I just think that autobiography shouldn't come at 42. I mean, I think I've only lived, you know, or hopefully only lived 40 or 50% of my life. So he's just doing an autobiography now, which is about time because he's 73. But the book was, you know, that's why I did it, because I got approached to write that kind of book, and I did it in lockdown, and it was just a good sort of self-counselling session for me.
Yeah, I'm sure I read it. It was quite good, actually. I don't read many books, but it was alright. And just one more thing. This new boxing game coming out called ESports Boxing Club. Have you heard of it at all?
I have, yeah. I've seen the development. I mean, it's interesting to see the signings that they're making. It's difficult, you know, when you're not EA Sports, when you're not Konami, when you're not these guys, to actually, you know, break into a marketplace, put a big marketing budget together, get the distribution networks in place. But what they have got is a lot of, you know, quality names as part of that game. So, you know, I'm not a big gamer, so I can't tell you about the graphics and, you know, the design, but yes, it looks like an interesting project.
Yeah, I'm not a big gamer either, but it does look good. And Ludabella and Steve Wood, both promoters, are in the game. Do you think you're going to be in the game?
With Ludabella and Steve Wood? I don't know.
As promoters?
I'll own the game. What about that?
Yeah, you could buy it off them, you know?
Oh, maybe. We'll see.
Alright, Eddie, thanks for your time.
Cheers, thank you.
It.